Good morning, boys and girls. It is Monday. It is week 3, day 1, and we are at April 13, 2020. So time is going by. We're about halfway through the month of April. We are in our work today. We are at the top of the last column, week 3, day 1. We have 5 activities to do today. None of them are check marked, so I do not need Mommy and Daddy to send me a copy of those. But I want to go over the directions because they are important for you to do. Now, the first one is telling time. That is one of the standards that we do not have in kindergarten. So this is merely an activity to get you ready for first grade. So it's not too hard, but Mommy and Daddy will have to explain to you if you're not understanding. So we have 3 crayons at the top of the page. One is red, one is green, one is blue. Under the red crayon, it says 1 o'clock. Under the green crayon, it says 2 o'clock. And under the blue crayon, it says 3 o'clock. Then we have clock faces, or what we call analog clocks, like the clock we have in the classroom. Now, whenever the long hand is pointing to the 12, it is always o'clock when you say the time. Whatever the shorthand is pointing to, that is the hour. So if it's 1 o'clock, the long hand is pointing to the 12 and the shorthand is pointing to the 1. If it's 2 o'clock, the long hand is pointing to the 12, the shorthand is pointing to the 2. And if it's 3 o'clock, the long hand is pointing to the 12, the shorthand is pointing to the 3. There's only going to be clocks on here that show 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And what you're doing is coloring all the clock faces that show 1 o'clock, color them red. All the clock faces that show 2 o'clock, color them green. And all the clock faces that show 3 o'clock, color them blue. So this is just an activity to practice telling time. It's always a good skill, but we really don't focus on it in kindergarten, but this is a good skill to get you ready for first grade. Okay, the next skill is 10 frame practice. We have definitely done a lot with 10 frames in the classroom. So this should be fairly easy for you. What you're doing is looking at each 10 frame in each box and telling how many counters are in that 10 frame. And then you write the number on the writing line. And when we get towards the bottom, when we have double 10 frames or 20 frames, remember, if the 10 frame is full, you know that there's 10 in there. You can subitize. You don't have to count each one. So you can say 10, 11, and know that there's 11. So practice your subitizing too. But if you need to count, go ahead and count, especially if the 10 frame is not full. But 10 frames allow us to be able to subitize easier than just a group of counters. So practice that, okay? That was our 2 math pages. Now we have fluency practice. This is a good one to practice your reading. These are some simple sentences. There is a dot under each word, and you are to touch that dot as you read the word. The last word has an arrow. That means you're sounding out the word. So the words that have a dot are sight words. Words that have an arrow are going to be your sound out words. And these are words from the app family. So for example, you would read, it is a cap. So you read the sentence, and then you're going to circle or color the picture that goes with the sentence. So you've got, it is a cap. Are you going to color the water tap or the baseball cap? The baseball cap. So you would circle that and color it. This is a good way to practice learning to read, okay? And you might not even need to sound out the word, but they give you an arrow so you know this is a sound out word. And again, parents, this is a CVC word. Consonant, vowel, consonant. These are words that we're sounding out. So this, I would like, after you complete this, to practice reading those sentences to your parents, okay? The next page, we did one like this last week. They have 2 sentences at the top of the page, and they're about the sun. And then they have 7 different sentences with blanks. These 7 sentences are repeating the information we saw in the 2 at the top, but they're missing some words. So you need to figure out what word is missing. So the 2 sentences at the top say, I can see the sun. The sun is big and yellow. So for example, the first sentence says, blank can see the sun. So the word I is missing from that sentence, so you would write a capital I. Okay? Go do that for each sentence, and I would use a pencil for each one in case you make a mistake. And if you're having trouble figuring it out, ask mommy or daddy to help you. But remember, you're looking at these 2 sentences to find the words that are missing. Okay? And the last activity today is a comprehension, but it's also practicing the words, which last week we did the word family. We've been doing word families that have, no, last week was ut. The first week was un. So this practices the word family. So you read the text. It's called Pam Has Fun. Fun is in the word family. You read the text. Have mommy and daddy help you if you don't know one of the words, but a lot of these words are sight words and a lot of them are sound out words, CVC words. And then you're answering the questions. There's 4 questions to answer about the story. They give you the 3 possible choices underneath. You pick the right choice and write it. You can color the circle next to the right choice and then write the word here. Okay, so that is reading comprehension and practicing your word families. All right, so that's our work today. I did go take a little field trip this weekend. I was able to go visit my best friend, and my best friend has goats. She has 2 goats, Wallace and Earl. So I went out and did 3 videos. 2 of them are information videos about the goats, and one of them is a fun video about, let's see if I can get these out here, the 3 Billy Goats Gruff. So watch those videos, and then I posted something new that I would like to start doing this week. It's called Question of the Week, and it's under its own topic, so you click on that, have your child read the questions and the possible answers as multiple choice, and they just have to click on the correct choice and then submit. So I can see who is answering the question of the week, and it'll show me who got it right. But you have to watch the videos about Wallace and Earl to know the answer to the question of the week. So each week I'll be doing a new question, and it'll be about one of the videos I'm posting. So I hope you have fun. I had fun going to visit Wallace and Earl, and I learned a lot about them. So hopefully you will too, and have fun watching those. I will be busy today posting. I'll do our word family video, and also our word games video. I'll also be posting some new things this week. We're doing, our story of the week is called Tops and Bottoms. We're going to start talking about plants, which is like my favorite time to be teaching. Usually we plant things in the classroom and we watch them grow. So we're going to try to do that virtually. I'm going to try to plant some things in a small garden here and take videos, and we'll keep an eye on watching them grow. Boys and girls, if you remember, before spring break, we got some little cabbage plants that we had in the window. I planted them in little pots. Some of you helped me do that, and we put them in the window. Well, I took those home, luckily, because they would have died by now at school, but I brought them home and I've planted them in my garden. So I'll be also sending video of those as they get bigger, because a cabbage plant grows really big. So three of them are growing. We had 5, but 5 of them didn't make it, and that's always how it works with plants. Some don't thrive and some do. So we'll just be watching those. So I'll be uploading quite a bit today. But it's for the week, so don't feel like you have to watch everything today. But do watch the word games video, because that is for today. We have a new blend we're going to be going over. Okay, it was a long video, so I will see you soon on doing word games. All right, bye guys.